What is going on, guys? My name is Captain Reddit and today we're gonna look at some entitled parents. Relax and enjoy the rest of this video. Disclaimer: there are gonna be a lot of things which names I will completely butcher in this story. Let's continue. I'm racist because I can't speak French. Character selection screen. Me, Doug Dimadone, owner of Dimsdale Dimadone. EP, enormous pterodactyl. Key 1, Key 2, Kid 1 and Kid 2. Dad, well, my dad obviously. Now for some backstory. My family had been invited to one of my dad's friends' wedding, seeing as they were close. It just so happens that this wedding took place in Cyprus. Wonderful place. Been there twice, both for weddings, and I love it. We book into our hotel and all goes well for a few days, but I was the only kid on the trip. I don't remember how old I was. I think 8? Then comes the day of the wedding. Now, since I was a kid, I didn't have to do anything to set up, and my stuff was all ready for me to change into. So I decide to go to the pool. I swim for a bit when Kid 1 and Kid 2 appear, holding a ball and speaking to me in French, which I don't know, so I'm muy confused. The kid throws me the ball and I throw it back, so that's how they told me they wanted to go play catch. Communication 100. We play for a bit, but then I have to leave to go to get ready, so I toss the ball back and say my goodbye before heading to my room. Wedding happens, it's amazing, and we eat. We're Indian, but it was an English wedding. All the food was Indian, but since my dad's friends knew I didn't like Indian food, he had me burger and fries made, so I'm happy. After eating, I go outside, which was by the pool. This is where the fun begins. I see Kid 1 and 2 standing by a woman who I learned to be enormous pterodactyl. She motions me over and immediately starts screaming at me in such a mixture of English and French, making me tear up a bit and muttering something along the lines of, "I don't understand," but I do catch up one word a few times. Racist! Now, I have no idea what she was on about, but she was making a huge scene about it, with lots of people from our wedding looking over at us. Someone must have gotten my dad, because he came up behind me and the woman force, seeing as my dad is quite big and strong. I don't remember completely, but the conversation kind of went as follows. Dad: "What are you doing to my son?" "Your son is a racist." She's screaming this loud so everyone can hear at this point. "How the mozzarella can, at whatever age I was, be racist?" He hushed the swear, but I could hear it. "He insulted my kids, had stole their ball. I was watching." Meanwhile, her kids looked very embarrassed and were shaking their heads. "Is this true, OP?" I explained that we played catch in the pool for a bit, but we couldn't understand each other. But we had a nice time. "Your son..." Oh, wait. "Your cheddar... Your mozzarella son is a liar." At this point, my dad was pretty pissed. He later explained to me he nearly hit her, but didn't out of morals. "If you call my son a mozzarella one more time, you wouldn't have a mouth to say it again." He was a threatening guy, but I knew he wouldn't do it. The enormous pterodactyl threw the ball at my face and dragged her kids away, thus ending the conflict with a teary 8-year-old and a wedding full of people being very confused. I got extra ice cream, so I was happy in the end. I didn't see the kids after. Not the best entitled parent story, but I do got some more. Well, this was such fun to actually narrate. I am completely sorry if anyone got offended by my French, but I would suppose that you're not, since I am a French-speaking person. I'm kidding, I'm not. Entitled mother thinks we're a daycare. Well, her child is now gone. I used to work in a small chain of bookstores, stationery shops. We'd sell books, pens, paper, and so on. It was a quirky little store, straight out of a romantic love novella, or a Stephen King book if you prefer. This happened a few years ago and I reconstructed from my memory. While trying to be as accurate as possible, I can't guarantee it. The cast of this play: EM, entitled mother; LG, little girl; me, a virtuous example of working class hero, just me; and D, nice dad of the little girl. The story. Entitled mom walks into the store with little girl. It's rather early in the morning. Entitled mother looks around, asks me if I could watch her child. Oh no, I'm terrible with children, sorry. Entitled mother tells me that it's not for that long and I shouldn't be such a fuss about it. I still politely refuse. It's not my job to watch children. I'm afraid to do something wrong. What happens? Entitled mother leaves the store. Who do I find hidden in the corner? Little girl, who seems to be rather shy and fearful. This happened back in a time time before everyone had smartphones. The kid obviously didn't have a mobile on it. I suspected the mother also wouldn't. Wasn't too surprised that a little girl didn't know the number of their landline. I sigh. What are you gonna do? If something happens to that kid while being in the store and you being the only present employee, you're gonna have a bad time. Hey girl, what's your name? She tells me her name and then I reply. Little girl, happy like only kids can be if they think they did something smart or they knew something. My surname is... and she tells me her surname. Now this rang a bell. I had a good customer with the same name. It turns out that it's her dad. I didn't get paid enough to babysit. In fact, I didn't even get paid enough to do my normal work. I call her dad at his workplace since we saved that number in our system. The call went along those lines. Hi nice dad, here's me from bookstore XY. Oh hi, me? How's it going? I don't remember having any open orders. Yeah, look, listen, do you have a daughter? Yeah, why do you ask? What's her name? I just wanted to ensure it's really her dad and not just stupid coincidence. If I think about it now, little girl told me it's her dad, so I don't know why I wasn't sure. Nice dad apologized for entitled mother's behavior and tells me he's gonna pick up little girl as soon as possible. While waiting for nice dad, I pick up one of our sale books. Box with damaged books that we try to sell with huge discounts before throwing away. A picture book from Disney. Little girl tries to read a little. I read a little. Nice dad arrives. Little girl runs to him and hugs him, crying that mommy was mean to her. Nice dad soothes her and thanks me for babysitting her. He gives me a bottle of wine and buys something small from the store. Nice dad. If entitled mother shows up again, could you not tell her that I picked up little girl? What? Why? If you don't feel like it, you don't need to. It's rather complicated and you already did so much for us. Nice dad leaves. In the evening, entitled mother shows up. Just to point out, she dropped little girl at about 9. It was 5:45. Where's my daughter? Me already chugged about half the bottle of wine and thus a little boozed. You what? My daughter. I dropped her in the store and you were here. Me way too drunk for work, but already decided to go for another job or homeless. Both would have been better. You what? Entitled mother was on the edge. Thus, I did what I thought was the smartest thing to do. Me. A guy came into the store and picked her up. He seemed nice, gave me wine for her. At this point, I expected her to explode or attack me, but she just left the store. A few weeks pass and nice dad and little girl come to the store, both happy to see me. Nice dad asks me if I got a few minutes. An excuse to not work? Obviously, I took the time for customer service. Gave little girl the same book we've read last time and had a talk with nice dad. Entitled mother and nice dad were in the middle of a divorce when entitled mother dropped little girl at our store. One of the reasons nice dad wanted a divorce was that entitled mother wasn't nice to little girl. Now, in my country as a male, it's rather hard to get custody of your child, no matter what. Little girl wanted to be with nice dad, but that didn't matter. Entitled mother dropping little girl in our store was a gift from heavens. Nice dad took little girl to his sister overnight. Entitled mother pretended that little girl was sleeping and one of her friends. Nice dad wanted to call them just to ensure that little girl is fine. Entitled mother didn't want that. Little girl's friends didn't know where little girl is. Entitled mother claimed she dropped little girl at little girl's friends. Nice dad fake panicked and involved the police. Entitled mother insisted that little girl's friend kidnapped little girl. Police asked nice dad and entitled mother separately, and nice dad told the police what actually happened. Entitled mother still insisted on her dropping little girl at little girl's friends. Nice dad had proof of it being otherwise, since he already called the police when he dropped little girl at his sister's house. Now, in court, nice dad apparently said something like, "Entitled mother can have all she'll want, even my wine collection. I just want to be with my daughter." Entitled mother, knowing that nice dad didn't had any money left and had some quite expensive wines, agreed. Daughter ended up with nice dad, mother paying alimony. What entitled mother didn't know was that nice dad was replacing his wine collection before the divorce with the cheapest wines he could find at different discounters, gifting away the expensive ones. He knew that entitled mother either is gonna take everything from him or will break his wine collection. We both laughed. I gifted the book to little girl, who seemed very happy. When entitled mother dropped her, she was shy, seemed small, and now she had such a big smile on her face and was curious for everything. She could read much better than a few weeks ago. She seemed like a bird taking off to fly towards the sun. I absolutely hated my job, but situations like these make me a little bit nostalgic. Somehow I miss direct interactions with customers. On the other hand, I don't. I obviously don't. So most of the entitled parent stories really revolve on having one entitled parent and entitled kid. This story is so different. It makes me feel so good to have a nice parent in this case. And he did such an amazing job of actually putting the entitled mother into her place. And it was so funny when I read that he replaced the wine collection. This guy is an actual beast. So this was it for this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed both of our stories. We will come back tomorrow with a new video. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell button, and comment down below. Did you like it? What would you like to hear? Alright, bye!